Okay, parang walang tao today. I'm just gonna sit down and do some stuff because wala pa ako sa mood mag-move. So we are now at the gym. I wanna read my book. Ang weird! Putang ina, performative male, tas may book akong dala-dala. Kulang na lang tote bag. This is my matcha. And I have my book here. I'm gonna, legit, mabasa talaga akong Atomic Habits. No joke. This is not a joke. I am not performing. It just so happens to be that I end up being like this. Okay? There's a distinction. Dun, 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 dun. Hindi pa ako nagpapapansin. It just so happens to be that I'm like this. I've always been a feminist ever since I was born. Okay? I never understood male patriarchy as a child. Everybody in power was a woman in my life. Okay, when I first heard about the patriarchy, I was like, what's that? And then once I was aware of it, I knew that I was privileged, you know, I knew that I had male privilege and I could use that to push forward equality, women's right, women's suffrage, something like that. Chapter 2 pa sana ako sa Atomic Habits. Why is it so easy to repeat bad habits and so hard to form good ones? Because it has to be identity-based. Kailangan, instead na isipin mo, I'm gonna stop doing this, ang isipin mo is, I'm not a person that does this. Three layers daw of identity. So level 1, level 2, level 3. You first start with the outcome based of change, like, okay, I'm gonna do this so that I can get that. And then I'm gonna do this because I get to do that. And then this is because I am like that. You know, I'm not the person to be asking you ask for advice. I mean, you can ask me. I have like, it's like my toes have been dipped in so many different fields. And I just connect the dots. Generalist, that's how you adapt now into this ever-changing world. You have to be a generalist. You have to be flexible. You have to be calm. Oscar Piastri, a good explanation and a good inspiration. Intrinsic motivation. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. That is amazing. I've been writing, I've heard about this. Like why you can't be disciplined. You have to be intrinsically motivated. You have to be like, oh, this makes me feel good and I like doing it. And everything just comes after. It's like a plus. It's not the main goal. Because if that's your main goal, what the fuck? If you don't get that, you're gonna be like, no. Well, my main goal basically is it makes me feel good. And I wanna feel good. And I get to look good. Like this though, this is how you shift. The goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon, but the goal is to become a runner. The goal is to not learn an instrument. The goal is to become a musician. My goal, like last year, is to be a safe person my younger self. Is to be a person my younger self would be safe with. That was that. That's why everything that I did was aligned with that. And it still is. And it will continue to be. And that just, reminds me that that's why I keep doing this. Because once I got to feel safe with myself, that's where I am. And that's where I will continue to be. Then other people feel safe with me. They can. Okay? Because what people feel towards you are not a reflection of who you are, but of their own selves. You know what I mean? Ganun lang. Di naman sila na ano. Kasi they have their own shit to deal with. Diba? Divine. Ganun yun. Consciously or unconsciously. Kaya nga, once you believe that you're like shit, you feel like shit. And everything you do turns into shit. Okay? Pero sometimes, identity can be dissonant. You know what I mean? Like, sasabihin mo, I'm like this, pero hindi ka naman ganyan. Diba? then you first say where you are now. Oo nga no, tama naman talaga yung sinabi ni sir. Like, pero sabi nila, magiging first ako sa board exam. Magagawa ko ba yun? Makakapasa ako sa board exam. First try, That's a much more attainable goal. Kasi you have to be realistic din naman. What's the point? It's like greed. Bakit kailangan ba maging the best? Okay? Because if you want to be the very best, you have to sacrifice things. It's a give and take. You can't always get everything. So instead of saying that, because he also said another word about the SWOT analysis, your strengths must capitalize on your strengths, work on your weaknesses, neutralize threats, and exploit opportunities. Bitch, I don't like the word exploit, especially after learning about how fucking colonialism and capitalism destroyed Earth. I do not subscribe to exploitation. No. I might be using a car, but it's my emotional support animal. Because it makes sense because it's the cheapest. Tapos I'm just a very small thing. Anong ginagawa ng car ko? It improves me. It improves the people around me. It's a net positive kahit na may mga nag-aaso siya. Girl, there's only like 7%, like less than 10% of the biggest pollutants. Okay, you know what I mean? Like people with the least always doing the most, but in a bad way. So yun, that's that.